Alright, so hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So a little birdie told me that you were interested in coming to Japan to teach English, right? Well, as a Jamaican, no mega fixing up with the thing, you know? I have the news for you now. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you now what going on. So there are many different ways to come to Japan to teach English. I'm here on the JET program, which is a Japan Exchange and Teaching program, right? First things first, when you're coming to Japan, there's one thing you must have, and that is a degree, right? As long as you have a degree, you're good to go. Now that we've passed stage one of having that degree, you need to then select who you want to come to Japan with, because there's many different ways for you to come to Japan. And in this series, I'm going to interview several other persons who are here in Japan, who live here, and I'm going to ask them to share with you guys how they came here in the first place and how they find living in Japan. I can only speak from my experience as being a part of JET. Now, JET program usually starts out their process by putting an ad in the newspaper, usually around what time? About September, October, thereabout. I don't remember exactly which month, but when it comes down to September, October, I tell you guys to keep the lookout in the newspaper. Is it the Observer or the Gleaner? I don't remember, but it's either the Observer or the Gleaner. They're going to put out an ad, right? Or you can also check their website to find out when it is that they are taking on applications for the JET program. Alright, first things first, they're going to ask you to write like a little statement of purpose, basically telling them why Japan, why you want to be in Japan, what is it that you're going to contribute to being in Japan, all of them wonderful things there. The paperwork process can be a little bit daunting because there's a lot of paperwork that you have to sign up, a lot of things that you have to write up. Yeah, but once you get all of that sorted out, you're good to go. You hand in your application letter. If you pass that first stage, they're going to call you in for an interview in January, right? So they call you in for an interview, you're going for the interview. During the interview process, you will be notified. Usually, during the interview process, you'll be notified. What am I saying usually? In my case, I was notified right away that yes, I was given a position to be on JET. I'm going to have to ask several other persons if they knew immediately that they were accepted. But anyways, so after the interview process, then you're going to be told, yes, you have been accepted. You are then going to be notified on which departure you're going to be leaving, whether it is for April or it is for July, August, right? So there's two departures from Jamaica, April and July, August. I came up here on the April departure, so I came early. So I came at the beginning of the school year. Now the school year in Japan starts in April, not September or August, but in April. So I started the new school year with the kids when they were just going in. Alright, so when you're coming on JET now, certain things you need, especially coming from Jamaica, you have to understand that Japan is not like Jamaica. We actually have several seasons. They like to say it's 4 seasons, but Lord of God, it's not no 4 seasons at all. The weather over here is yeah. So you're going to have to bring your winter gear. When you come here, you can purchase winter gear. So you know, Jamaica, we don't have winter, we don't have snow. So it is almost impossible for some persons to have access to winter gear unless they have a little family of foreign, like Canada or England or America, and them gear one, you know, them buy one little coat to the hoodie and all of them things there. But separate and apart from that, when you come to Japan, you can purchase your winter gear, your sweaters, your heat tech gear, all of those wonderful things. Please take into note that Japan's houses, my apartment is not insulated at all. So when you're hot, you're hot, and when you're cold, you're cold. Okay? So winter gear, bring with you. You do not have to bring a lot of clothes, because only time you have to bring a lot of clothes is if you're exceptionally large. Then you know you're not going to be fine. You're not going to find a lot of clothes, because most women here in Japan, or most people here in Japan, they're on the slimmer side. You have fat people, but that is the minority, right? All right. Bring one little suitcase of clothes. Your high heel shoes and them wonderful things, you will not be needing those because you will not be wearing those. Everybody here wears sneakers to work, or inside the school buildings everybody have on a sneakers. So you're gonna wear your sneakers to school and then you change over and then you're gonna have your sneakers that you wear on the inside as well. So sneakers all the way. When you come here, if your foot big, you can still find sneakers, and sneakers over here is very cheap, right? So when you come in, you can bring your slippers, probably 2 pair of slippers, 1 sneakers, and maybe a dress shoes, just in case of any formal occasion that may pop up, right? Alright, so jackets and them things, you're going to bring a black suit. Because everything over here, at first I thought it was a funeral. Graduation, black clothes. Any celebration, black clothes. That's what you wear to formal occasions over here, full black, right? Alright, that is that. What else I must bring? Oh, pack your roll-on. Deodorant. Yeah. Bring your deodorant. Bring as much deodorant as you can. Your little body splash and them things. Also, pack as much Maggi seasoning as you can. Cock soup, Maggi all-purpose seasoning, fish seasoning, all sort of seasoning. Make sure so you put it in your suitcase where you go check in. Bring your seasoning with you. Bring a lasco. Bring as much foods. Bring a tin mackerel, your canned beef, your cereal. Pack. Make sure so you have a suitcase specifically for bringing food. Take my foolish advice and bring a suitcase full of food. Okay. Let me tell you why. When you get here, it's going to take you a while to get used to the cuisine, the Japanese cuisine. Like me, you know, I've been here for 3.5 years, so I've gotten used to the cuisine. But when me did just come, egg and bread nearly kill me. Egg and bread, Lord of mercy. Anyways, so we've covered that. No, when it comes on to money, in Japan we use yen. So when you're in Jamaica, you cannot buy yen, right? So once you change over your money to US, and you should bring at least 1,000 US dollars with you. That's like 100,000 plus Jamaican dollars. When you come here, you will change out your money at the airport, and they will give you yen, the money in yen, right? The yen and the Jamaican dollar is almost the same value, just a few cent dollars or something different. But make sure that you have extra money, and let me tell you why. You're going to need to get a cell phone. If it is that you have a phone in Jamaica, an unlocked cell phone, like one of the high-tech one, like an iPhone or something, you don't have to buy a phone, right? But you can just go to the phone service place and get a SIM card and buy a phone plan, and they can set it up for you. But if you don't have one of those high-tech phones, you're going to need to purchase a phone when you get here. When you also get here, probably some people, they ask you to pay a deposit down on your apartment. Well, they call it key money. You don't get back that money once you give it to them. Usually your employer is responsible for all of that, but separate and apart from that, you're good to go. You're going to need money depending on when you come here, because I came here in April and April did cold bad for me. So you're going to need to buy, like, you know, something warm to wear throughout the time period from April go down to May thereabout, right? Good. Alright, what else it is that you need to know now? So I cover the food, I cover everything else. Transportation. Learn to ride a bicycle before you come to Japan, because your bicycle will be your greatest friend depending on where you live. Most persons are placed in the countryside. So if you're telling that you don't have a driver's license, they won't put you in a place where you need to drive. Therefore, your bicycle will be your best friend. Going from place to place, it is easier to just jump on the bicycle, because what? You're living in the countryside, which is where most jet persons are placed. Public transportation is not reliable. It's reliable in the sense of it's when if you tell it going to come 12 o'clock, just know it's going to come 12 o'clock, right? That is how reliable Japanese systems here are. But if it comes 12 o'clock, don't expect another train until 4 o'clock, right? Or don't expect another bus from 12 until 5 o'clock. So it is few and far in between when you live in the countryside. So your bicycle now, you jump on your bicycle and you ride a bicycle and you go by your business, you go to the supermarket, you buy you're good to go. When you get here, Japan can be a very lonely place. There are places on the internet that you can meet other Jamaicans. For example, the Jamaicans in Japan group is a group of Jamaicans on Facebook that you can reach out to see if there are other Jamaicans in your area that you're going to live in. Okay? Another thing is make friends with the local people. And when I say make friends, I don't mean make friends and tell people all of your business. That's something you're going to learn when you come to Japan. Them fast, bad. You know, mix up, fast, bad. Your business is their business and their business is their business. Learn that quick. Alright. But when you come here, there are going to be instances when you're going to need help to get certain things done. Help to set up your internet. Something might happen, you need to go to the hospital. Yeah, if you're black and you're coming to Japan, be prepared for the stares. Usually, sometimes these people have never seen a black person before, so even when they're driving, mercy, they're going to stare. They're not being rude. Trust me, Japanese people, they're not being rude. They're just curious. You understand? That's not them being rude. If you have to deal with the other Asian community that's in here, they're being rude. Because they'll take out the phones and record you. The Japanese people will not do that. And then you're going to have to address that separately, right? Good. Now, the work culture here. I don't want this video to be too long because there's so much I can cover to prepare you for your travels here to Japan. But I just want to cover the... My mother called me. I just want to cover the basics, right? So, the work culture here in Japan is like this. They work to die. Now, I was told that it is an honor for you to work until the death. In Jamaica, we don't have no such culture like that, girl. We work to live. Now, that's something that you're going to have to make peace with. In terms of, you're going to have to decide whether or not you're going to dive deep into the culture and become a part of it. And this is something you will have to understand, that you will never be Japanese. So it doesn't matter whatever you do. You might wear the kimono, you might go to the tea ceremonies, you might eat sushi all the way you want. You will never be Japanese. So that's something that you need to you'll always be considered as an outsider or the other. Keep that in the back of your head while being professional and friendly. You understand? You need people. You're not an island, so you're going to need people, right? Now, the work environment, if they say you're supposed to be at work at 8 o'clock, be there 7:59. If they say you're supposed to leave work at 4 o'clock, leave at 4 o'clock. You're not getting any compensation for leaving at 5 o'clock if your work time ends at 4. Follow your contract as much as possible. If they ask you to, I'm not saying that if they ask you to do one or two things, probably a few times, that's fine. You understand? You want to be reasonable with your co-workers, but it is not your duty to stay over like some of the Japanese teachers do. They'll get to work at 7 and they won't leave until 7 or 8 in the night. That's not your job, right? You're not going to be considered anything else other than the foreigner who helps, right? Alright, so I think I've covered most of what it is that I want to say. Oh, y'all saw that my mother was calling me. Keep in touch with your family. That's how you're going to keep sane. Keep in constant contact with your family members. I'm going to share some other tips and tricks on how to deal with a lot of other things. For example, money, sending money home and all of that later on. But guys, remember, Japan is a place that you come if you have certain goals that you want to meet. You come to Japan, there are so many things that you can accomplish. I'll leave a link to the video where I speak about the things that I've accomplished since coming to Japan. But always remember that you come here, there's a time limit on the time that you spend here. You're going to have to go home eventually. That is for those of you who desire to go back home. Some people come here and they fall in love with the culture, right? And they want to stay. but for most persons they will have to go back home. So therefore, my advice to you, you come here for drink milk, you're not come here for count cow, right? A lot of people going to tell us that them afraid for do this, them afraid for do that, but please remember to feel the fear and do it anyway, because at the end of the day it's all gonna be for you. So that's it guys, I'll see you all in my next video. So remember to like, to subscribe and to share. Bye guys.